Thinking about joining the Army? One of the first things that you'll need to know is the education requirements. Whether you have a high school diploma or a GED, your education level plays a big role in whether you can enlist and what kind of roles you'll qualify for. Welcome to the U.S. Military Test Prep channel from Study.com. My name is Matt, and I'm a U.S. Army vet and an Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, or ASVAB, test prep expert. In this video, we're breaking it all down so you can know exactly what to expect and how to prepare. Let's get into it. When it comes to joining the Army, your educational background plays a significant role in determining your eligibility and the opportunities available to you. If you want to enlist, the Army typically requires a high school diploma or a General Educational Development, or GED certificate. But it's a little more complicated than that, and we need to take a look at the ASVAB to get a clearer picture. The ASVAB is a test that the military uses to determine both your eligibility for enlistment and which jobs you qualify for. One of the most important scores for this test is the Armed Services Qualifying Test, your AFQT score. This determines whether you can even enlist at all, with each military branch setting its own minimum requirement. Let's talk numbers and take a closer look at the minimum AFQT score you'll need to enlist in the Army. In most cases, you'll need a minimum AFQT score of 31 if you have a high school diploma. However, if you've passed the GED exam, you'll need to aim for a score of at least 50. Now, not everyone scores high enough to qualify for the job they want, or sometimes to even enlist at all. Or maybe you don't meet the education requirements. If your dream job in the Army feels out of reach, don't worry. There's still a path forward. This is where the ASVAB waivers come into play. Waivers may be an option for individuals who didn't quite meet the standard requirements under certain conditions. You might be wondering, why does the Army place such emphasis on education? Well, it's simple. A solid educational foundation ensures that soldiers possess the critical thinking, discipline, and knowledge necessary to tackle the diverse challenges they'll face in the service. Also, certain roles within the Army require specialized skills and knowledge, such as technical skills or the ability to solve complex problems that you usually gain through education. By setting these standards, the Army ensures that its personnel are well equipped to handle their responsibilities effectively. If you don't have a high school diploma or GED, don't be discouraged. The Army still has initiatives like the Future Soldier Preparatory Course, designed to help potential recruits meet the necessary standards. This program offers academic instruction to help you improve your qualifications before enlistment, so be sure to talk to an Army recruiter to see if you're eligible to join. You could also consider applying for a waiver based on education. Waivers are given on a case-by-case basis. It's important to remember that they are not all guaranteed. I would recommend checking with a recruiter from the Army to find out the specific regulations. Let's talk about your next steps if you're serious about joining the Army. First, assess your educational credentials. Determine if you have the necessary diploma or certificate to enlist. If you don't, consider options to obtain them, like taking the GED. Also, if you've already taken the ASVAB, check to see if your score is high enough. Remember, if you have a high school diploma, you'll need at least a 31, and with a GED, a minimum AFQT score of 50 is required. If you want to explore the option of a waiver, talk to a recruiter. If they think you might be eligible for one, they'll be able to tell you how to apply. If your scores are close but not quite there, consider retaking the test. You'll need to wait 30 days before your first 2 retakes. After that, it's a 6-month wait if you want to try again. So use the time that you have to your advantage. Let's talk about some steps that you can take to improve your scores and better position yourself to qualify for enlistment and the jobs that you want. These tips are also useful if you haven't taken the ASVAB yet and are getting ready to prep. First, pinpoint weak areas. Look at which subtest brought down your score. Next, study smarter. Spend more time on the sections that you struggled with, especially the ones involved in computing the minimum score for the job that you're aiming for. Using good study resources can really make a huge difference. Study.com's ASVAB test prep resources can help you with personalized plans and practice tests to get you on track. In fact, 92% of users pass the ASVAB after prepping with Study.com. Taking a practice test can really help you zero in on what you know and what you don't. Watch lessons to review material that you're less confident in. If you feel like you do know a topic well, do practice problems and quiz yourself. If you notice that you're missing a lot, go back and review the lesson to make sure that you really know the material. A solid prep plan can really help boost your score. If you're prepping for the ASVAB, consider using Study.com's ASVAB study guide and test prep resources and focus on what you need to study. Understanding and meeting the Army's education requirements is a pivotal step forward in your journey towards service. It's not just about eligibility, it's about ensuring that you're prepared enough for the challenges and responsibilities ahead. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment with any questions or topics that you want for us to cover, and don't forget to subscribe for more U.S. military test prep content from Study.com. I'll see you in the next video. You've got this.